Solid. Wish we just started a little quicker. Like the way we finished up. Saw some young guys flash at times. I really like the boards. We're starting to learn to keep putting our face in things, getting our hand placement, a lot of technique that way. Offense, defense, pass rush a little better. Just getting better. You saw some technique things I liked a lot better today. But just got we got a long ways to go. But not a solid day. I thought it was a solid day today. Nothing spectacular, nothing bad. But good, solid work day. Questions? Really good. Actually, I thought the first day started off a little slow, and I think he's putting a lot of pressure on himself. Then he's gotten just relaxed and started playing, and I really, last couple of days, really a lot of nice routes, a lot of detailed things that we're moving him around with and doing things that I'm very pleased with.
Is there a difference in the second year?
Oh, no doubt.
Shadow, all that kind of stuff.
Well, him, and I'll tell you the other guy who's really coming on too in that regard, him and Bobo. I've been extremely pleased with them and their practices and all 4 practices. You can see the experience coming out in those guys. Now, Kermit, I don't know what he did on the other end today, but he had some really nice. He did some nice things down the other end. You got to see more than I. See, you can answer the question more than I can. I don't see half of it. So but you can see some of that experience. But then those young guys, they flash and they starting to come on. So, but you can't. And I like the direction Travis is going.
Those young wide receivers have really flashed, like you just mentioned. How's their consistency so far?
Well, for this stage, really good. For this stage, I've been very pleased with it. But there's still another, they got another couple levels to go.
Are you happier with the wide receiver leadership than you were at spring ball then?
Yes, much better. And it's not just the leadership. I just think their urgency as a group to make plays and do the right things.
Josh Sweat got his first real action out here. Cincinnati. How you doing?
Good, like he did yesterday too. You saw the power, man. Guys, I'm telling you now, that guy is so strong. He's 237 pounds, 238 pounds right now. It doesn't look it. It looks like he's about 220, but he carries, everything on him, and he's so powerful. He can hit and bend, and he got burst and run. And we got to be careful. We can't let that thing overload, because that was a serious knee injury. It hadn't, just not quite a year, but we keep giving him more and more, and throwing him in there. But extremely pleased. You see why we recruited.
No hesitance?
No, that shocked me. The other day on the board over, he got beat the first time, but he thought we were going to blow a whistle. But I thought, well, maybe that's an excuse because he didn't want to hit. Next rep, man, he boom, took that tackle, ran him back, and threw him off the boards and started talking. I said, dag, no. Kind of caught me off guard, I said, but that is, like Purefoy, it's his first contact after a serious injury. That's part of, they're healthy, but they got to get that mental trust again, and that's going to be critical.
Is there any kind of realistic
No, you play it by ear. Could be first. How do you know? What he's doing now. Guys, everybody's different the way they heal, and he's one of those freaky guys. But we're just going to play it and see how the wear and tear feels on him. Is there any swelling? Is there any lot of soreness? We just got to play it that way and trust our body.
So the first month is not ruled out?
No. I didn't think he'd be doing what he was doing right now.
Coach, I know now slimmed up. I seen Derek Mitchell probably slimmed up as well, right?
Yeah, Derek's about where he normally was. I think he may be a few pounds lighter, but not a lot. But Niall has. I think it's made a difference, his quickness, because he's quick and really powerful.
With Derek, has he done, how much rehab has he done on
a ton, and we're limiting. We're not going to pound that back to death. We're going to practice him like an old veteran. We'll give him his reps to do his things, get him in and out, and not overload him that way.
With those two guys, Reggie, LaMarcus, does it seem like these guys realize it's their last hurrah?
Oh, there's no doubt. You see, that's what I keep saying about ball today. You have to play so many young guys, and you do. But it's not the old days when those guys became juniors and seniors and they set and had enough of that set. And okay, my urgency is my time. That's what you don't get a lot of now. Because you get so many guys play early and get out of here. Or in any place in college football. Mm-hmm. So it's great to see those 4th and 5th year guys. And it's, as a coach, you sit back and you can. Sometimes people can't see it, but you as a coach see the maturity levels and the way they just approach things and the urgency.
Sean talked today about wanting to work on checkdowns and stuff in the offseason. Have you seen that, him being a little bit more on it?
Yep, I really have. More knowledge and more cautious of, not always thinking, quarterback is not always making a big play. It's just moving to change and doing what you got to do.
Especially for a guy that has his arm strength, is that kind of, not counterintuitive, but you kind of have to work on that quite naturally?
Arm strength I don't think has a lot to do with it. I just think it becomes a knowledge thing, an experience thing, and everybody wants to make big plays. I want to make smart plays. If you make enough smart ones, you make enough big ones.
How's his demeanor kind of been for the first few days?
Good. It's getting better and better each day. I thought he had a really nice, solid day. What I was really pleased with both those guys today was blitz drills. So that's where you measure quarterbacks. All that stuff, 7, that's great. You make reads, you make throws. All right, well, then they rush 4 guys. That's great. All right, now they're starting to bring the blitz back. Are you adjusting the protections? Are you getting the ball out hot? Are you getting the check down? Can you stand in there when the heat's coming? And the first day was kind of crazy, but in the last couple of days, you start to see the experience. I was very pleased with both guys, how they're handling the blitz a lot better right now.
Everett's doing pretty well. I mean, he's not swimming in it so.
No, he's not. I mean, okay, he'll turn around and ask me a question, and you can see he's short, but he'll just want to look, peek out his eye. Yeah, I say that's right. But as soon as he trusts it, but he's been extremely, extremely good at where he's at right now.
And Everett's size sometimes it doesn't look like he'll be able to see what he sees.
At times, but sometimes here's a quarterback. What you learn, and for me from playing quarterback, and believe it or not, even though it was back in the mid '80s, our offensive line at Indiana High School and was averaged about 6'4.5", and we ran all play action. Back then, you didn't do as much drop back, so it's like turn your back and then turn around and find one of them holes. But you learn. Because he's always been that size, so you learn to see through lanes. But not to say that guys, when the pocket gets pressed, another guy in pro ball that has that issue is Drew Brees. He's a 6-foot guy. Even Russell Wilson. You know what I mean? So what they have to do when you protect your inside core 3, got to set a little tighter, be a little firmer, and they can't give up as much push because you got to try to create a deeper pocket. And we're going to work on that. But it does affect you. But you learn from so many times to really look through people.
It seems like almost like he's anticipating. Maybe you may not even see where it's going to be.
I'm gonna tell you what. Don't think you don't do it. I've thrown a lot of balls when I play. I mean, it's how you got to play sometimes, even when you're a big guy, because you see the hole, you know where it's going to be, but you know how the defense is reacted, so it's safe to throw it there. You know what I'm saying? And that comes with experience. But there's no doubt that a lot of quarterbacking at any level is like that. People don't realize that, but it is.
That's core 3. You had Cole Minshew, the freshman, looking a lot at center. What do you see there?
A lot of size and girth. I mean, the power. Because people tilt that shade and play that shade. When you got a guy that can not get knocked back, move that shade with single block, makes a huge difference. But he's good enough to get second. Now, he's nursing an ankle because he had that ankle coming in and he twisted the other day. You know what he did? He didn't move. He put some tape on him. Went out and played. But that's why I like him. He's going to be he can do that in there.
Francois back a little earlier than you expected?
Yeah, for the throwing. A couple of days, they've let him in early, so we're trying to get him some throws, just get him comfortable.
Martinez, what have you seen from out of him?
I'm going to tell you what, I've been pleased with Martinez. I'm going to tell you now, he's quick. We got to get a little more physical, but you can become more physical when you really know what to do. Even better. You know what I mean? And at center, it's like playing quarterback. You're making all the calls, you're making the scoop. Once quarterback declares mics, and there's a lot going on there. You know what I'm saying? But this guy has got the ability to be a really, really, really good center.
Is that true of the entire first-team offensive line, or do you like what you see from the other guys?
No, yeah, I mean, all of them. I mean, they all got work to do. I mean, and we're still mixing, matching guys, you know what I mean, right now. But you see the potential there, but we're a long ways off. But there's a lot of good things are being done.
Any update on Marcus Lewis?
Yeah, he should be back. He was out here today doing some stuff. They think in a couple of days he'll be okay. That's what they told me.
Anything Cash or Kilby?
I don't know. Kilby, they said, did something to his shoulder, so I don't know. Cash had a little MCL, just a strain in his knee. I wasn't. It didn't look like much. Just twisted on the board or something there. I don't know. I wait and see when we get inside. I think McFadden had a slight tweak in his hamstring the other day. He did yesterday. They MRI'd it because you can see down there how they don't think it's a bad one. Maybe 2 or 4 days.
Coach,
typical camp.
Coach Long said one of the things he likes about Coach Kelly is that he listens to ideas and there's open. Is that you have to encourage that, or is that how that staff?
No, that's how they work, and we do. So we sit that's why I watch film. I throw ideas at them. I'm sitting there. We watch a lot of film together as an offense and a defense. I want to know because I know what both sides of the ball are doing. Watch personnel, keep up things, and also I say, hey, this bothers us. Why don't we use these 3 guys? Well, yes, sir. I mean, but it's not. He's got to make final decisions. But we got to have that ability. We do it on both sides of the ball. That I think when you have a good staff and you're comfortable in yourself and you know you can coach and you ain't worried about someone. You listen to ideas. You learn. You got to. That's why we're all in this thing together.